Hey guys, welcome to episode 16 of Cooking Around the Planet, the show where we learn about and cook a recipe from every single country until we've done them all. If you're new here, I'm Austin, that's my wife Jess, and as always, Otto with the fresh fade. There you go. My wife and I, and even Otto, share a love for travel, food, and culture, and that's what this show is all about. So welcome into our home. Last week we went to the beautiful country of Luxembourg and tried ourselves some knödeln for the first time, and it didn't disappoint. Comforting dish that is a go-to in those cold winter months. If you haven't checked that episode out, hit the link at the end of this episode and it will direct you right to Luxembourg. But with little time to spare, we move forward to week 16. In this week's episode, we're heading to an area of the world that we've been to a handful of times just within this short period of 16 episodes, I think. We couldn't be more excited to be back. A tiny country that's actually within the country of South Africa. If you've heard of this country before, bonus points. But if you're like us and never have heard of this country, we'd like to formally introduce you to this stunning country of Lesotho. We got a fun one on tap this evening, so let's get right into the episode. Alright, looking for recipes in Lesotho. Quickly realized they use a lot of fresh ingredients. They do a lot of cooking over open fire. Thought about doing that, but it's like 100 degrees outside. And it's also like, if you've ever been to Florida, after about 4 o'clock, there's a 90% chance of rain. So, we're gonna do it from the comfort of our home. The dish we'll be making tonight is called bashed beef with Morogo potatoes. The actual name of this recipe I cannot pronounce, couldn't find anywhere that even gave me a pronunciation. I'm gonna put it right here and you can try it for yourself. I'm not gonna butcher that. This dish, it's a beef stew with potatoes and they use Morogo. Morogo is equivalent pretty much to our spinach in America. And also we'll be making one of their staple dishes, super simple. It's called papa. It's white maize, white cornmeal, and it's almost the equivalent of like what we would call grits. We actually made this, I have to look back at what episode that was, but we made something similar to that with actually yellow cornmeal, so this will be white. They use it in just about every dish, it seems. Comes together real quick, but first, let's get right into the recipe of this beef stew. Right here, this has been boiling for about 4 hours. This is a brisket. It was about this big. I don't know, I can't remember what weight it was, but you can use brisket, you can use a flank steak. If you use flank steak, you don't have to boil it as long, but this is a good piece of brisket. I think it was like 10 bucks. This is about done. We're gonna pop this out of here and we're gonna kind of shred it up, chop it up, and then move on to our next step. All right, we're gonna remove this brisket from this boiling water. Oh yeah, you can already tell it's already trying to shred. Perfect. By the way, in last episode, we were definitely pronouncing Lesotho wrong. We were saying Lesotho. It's Lesotho. Pretty cool. And also, we're gonna save this broth. We're gonna strain it, and we're gonna use that broth later in the recipe. Let's see how easy this shreds. It's only been about, like I said, 3 hours. Yeah, shredding pretty good. We'll do like cooked a lot of pulled pork, and if it comes out kind of tough, you can just shred it like this, and then you just take a knife and kind of chop it up. We're gonna get this into some, let's say some pieces about that big. If you could shred some up, do that. You know, we got different variations of pieces here. You know, that shreds. There's like a little piece here. That's gonna be Otto's probably. So while I finish bashing this up, I'm gonna send it over to Jess to introduce you to the beautiful country of Lesotho.
All right, as Austin mentioned, Lesotho is a country located inside of another country, inside of South Africa. It is one out of only 3 other countries that is landlocked within another country. Lesotho is nicknamed the Mountain Kingdom or the Kingdom in the Sky, and it is the only country in the world that lies entirely above 1,000 meters elevation. Population of Lesotho is about 2.5 million people. Individuals in this country are called Mesotho, while groups of people are called Basotho. 99.7% of the population is native Basotho, making it one of the most ethnically homogeneous countries in the world. Their native language, Sesotho, is the official language along with English. Lesotho has a mostly mountainous terrain, which limits large-scale agriculture and farming. But in the country's highlands, you'll see sheep and goat farming, which are raised for wool and mohair. Mohair blankets are very common in Lesotho. See them worn everywhere, and different designs and colors are used for different ceremonial purposes.
All right, next step is we're gonna drain some of this fat out of here and get us some beef broth. So, okay, perfect. Whoops.
Wow! Yikes! R.I.P.
Oh no! I thought glass was heat tolerant.
Apparently not.
That's actually happened before with the mason jar, remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was a wedding gift, so what does that mean?
Damn!
Oh, and there goes all our broth! I didn't even think about that.
We have regular broth. This sucks.
Dang, that does suck.
Okay. Pretty sad.
Sad.
Yeah, that's sad. Alright, next step is we are going to add these are about 3 potatoes that chopped up. We're going to add them to a pot. We have, say, about 1/2 cup of green onions, scallions. Add those in there. Morogo, get that, but if not, get some spinach or some kale or something like that. I have this brick of spinach because our store wanted to try to sell us spinach for $4.99. I'm not doing that. So, $2, freezer section. This is all about. It's already chopped for you. Trusty backup after that. Wild situation. We'll go with about 2 cups. All right, we're gonna bring this up to a boil and then drop it down to a simmer. We're gonna cook it for about 20-30 minutes or until those potatoes are nice and tender. While that boils, let's head on over to the next step. All right, next we're gonna get a fresh pan, put some olive oil in there, and we are going to saute up some, we have red onion, you can probably use white onion, just any onion of any kind. Saute those up. If you saute up those onions, we're gonna add our beef back to the pot.
If you could smell what I'm smelling.
All right, mix this in. Add another about 1.5 cups of broth. Get some salt going in there. All right, we're gonna bring this to a boil, drop it to a simmer, and that's gonna roll for another 30 minutes. We're gonna make our papa later, and this dish is just about done. But before we finish it up, I'm gonna send it back over to Jess to tell you more about the country of Lesotho.
Summer in Lesotho is from October to April and are generally warm with temperatures ranging between 59 degrees to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Although because of the altitude, temperatures vary widely between daytime and nighttime. Winter is from May to September and can be quite cold with temperatures ranging from 40 degrees to 60 degrees, higher altitudes reaching below freezing. In fact, you can even find snow and a ski mountain in Lesotho. Primary destination for skiing in Lesotho is a place called Afroski Mountain Resort, and it is located in the Morogo Mountains, and the highest elevation point is 10,500 feet. The lowest point of elevation in the country is 4,593 feet, which is the lowest point in any country in the world. Lesotho was formed in 1824 by King Moshoeshoe. Continuous encroachments by Dutch settlers made the king enter into an agreement with the British Empire to become a formal British protectorate in 1868. In 1966, Lesotho gained full independence and was ruled by the Basotho National Party for 2 decades. After 7 years of military rule, in 1993, constitutional government was restored. In 1990, King Moshoeshoe II was exiled, but then returned in 1992 and was reinstated in 1995. 1 year later, he died, and his son Letsie III took the throne, which he still holds today. Their government is a unitary parliamentary monarchy. Lesotho has a traditional hat that is known as their national hat. It's called Lekhotloane. It is a cone-shaped woven hat with a little knot at the top. It symbolizes the country's identity and is even featured on their flag. Lesotho is sometimes called the water tower of southern Africa because of its abundant water resources. The country actually exports water to South Africa through the Lesotho Highlands Water Project. One of the natural wonders in Lesotho is the Lekhotloane waterfall. It is one of the highest single drop waterfalls in southern Africa, standing at 630 feet tall. This waterfall is famous for being one of the oldest commercially operated rappelling descents in the world. Lesotho is also well known for its well-preserved dinosaur footprints, which can be found all over the country. Lesotho is also known for its diamond mining. The 5th largest diamond ever was found in Lesotho. It was 910 carats and worth $40 million. Lesotho has the highest literacy rates in Africa, with 81% of its population being able to read and write.
All right, we just checked our potatoes. They're nice and tender, so we're gonna drain that liquid out of there. Come over here, go back in the pot. Now here's the part that gets interesting. Our homemade peanut butter, by the way. We're gonna go in with about 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons peanut butter. There's a little extra. We're going to mix that all in there. And we used peanut butter in another dish, and I'm pretty sure it was an African dish.
Yeah, I think it was.
If you remember, drop it in the comments.
Winner gets a jar of peanut butter sent to their house.
That's right. Then we're just gonna season it with a little bit of salt. All right, we're gonna put a lid on this just to keep it warm. Got on our beef right here. Oh yeah, it looks great.
Smell good?
This is just about done. We're gonna plate the potatoes and then put this on top of it. We're gonna add a little bit of papa to the side of that. Right here, we got some cornmeal, corn maize. All right, so for this papa. All right, so, all right, for this papa, we got 1.5 cups of water, salted at a boil, and we're gonna go in with 1.5 cups of the cornmeal. It's gonna come together really quick. So, let's see if this works. 1.5 cups. You're gonna want like a thick consistency, kind of what we're getting here. What they do is they take it and grab it with their hands and eat it like that and kind of scoop it into other parts of the meal. It smells like grits.
Does it?
I'm excited. Because that was a lot easier than cooking grits. So that's similar. Add a little salt to that, maybe a little cheese, a little butter. I think we're ready.
Are we?
I think so.
Awesome.
Just like that. Let's plate it up. Excited? Here we are.
Excited for this. Austin's stomach is growling. It's time.
Another week to try something new.
What's your take? Should I take an individual bite of each one? Should I do a little combo?
I think you go individual, probably to start. That way you get the flavor of each one.
Okay.
So we got bashed beef with Morogo spinach, potatoes with peanut butter. And then we have papa, which is the cornmeal, and water, real quick, real simple. And the house smells phenomenal. Another fresh meal, by the way. Before it.
All right.
Dive
I'm gonna
in.
go with the potatoes first.
In honor of the Olympics, dive in.
That is really good. The combo with the spinach and the peanut butter, I was real curious about, but peanut butter and potatoes. That's where it's at. Wow, that's so good. Okay. Oh, I'm excited.
All right, going for that beef. 3 hours simmering. Some onions, some broth. Never boiled a brisket.
It's so good, so flavorful. Individually, they're both 10 out of 10.
Nice.
So together,
20 out of 20.
20 out of 20. Wow.
Hit that with your fingers.
Oh, okay. It tastes like grits.
Interesting. I mean, it looks like grits.
At first, it was, that like corn tortilla kind of flavor,
Okay.
but only just for like a split second, and then it tasted like grits. Wow. Delicious.
Ton of flavor. For something that doesn't have a lot of essentially just salt.
Yeah, no seasoning.
There's no seasoning. They don't use a lot of seasonings in their dishes, which we've kind of learned that African cultures, they kind of let the ingredients do the flavoring. And that is crazy how much flavor is in that. The butter. I'm trying to get a hint of that peanut butter. I don't know if mine has, I don't see any peanut butter. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go.
Gotta do better at the merging. We just need to do a short clip of all of Austin's exhales through the nose to get the full flavor profile.
I tasted, anything with peanut butter is phenomenal. And peanut butter is so versatile.
Versatile, baby.
You can go with anything. Put it with some sweet jam. You can put it in some potatoes with some spinach, and it's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm making the dish better.
Absolutely.
All right, phenomenal. I'm gonna make potatoes like that a lot. Let's go for this beef. Yep. So simple. Just savory. Is that the right word? Savory?
Yeah.
I always want to say buttery when something's like just
Melts in your mouth.
melts in your mouth. Like butter. Maybe that's why I say it.
Maybe.
All right, Papa.
Pop it in ya.
Here we go. Yeah, it's like if grits were made out of corn. Are they? What are grits? We learned that like a year ago, and I forgot what grits are. But this has a little more of a corn flavor. I don't know, grits might be corn.
My only knowledge of what grits is, girls raised in the South. That's all I got for you.
It's cool how it comes together, and then you can kind of.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Uh-oh. Need a bigger piece. Lesotho knows how to do it. Keep it simple, keep it fresh, deliver on the flavor. Unbelievable.
Well done.
Mashed beef, Morogo potatoes, the papa, phenomenal. That's gonna be in the Reeves cookbook once again, forever. Thank you, Lesotho. Beautiful country, beautiful meal. We learned a lot, but now it's time to move on to what could be potentially in store for next week. Something's in the store. We're walking in the store, we're gonna buy something. Because we gotta go to another country. There's no denying that. I'm delusional. Hungry. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Where are we headed to next week on Cooking Around the Planet? At home watching this or on your phone watching this, just take a guess, scream it out. You're in the store watching this, you're around other people, just scream it out. People, what does it matter? Just say,
Morocco!
Yeah, take a guess. People ask you, say, hey, Cooking Around the Planet, you gotta check it out. Learn something.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe button. You're gonna learn something.
You're gonna eat good.
You're gonna eat good. And you're gonna have a friggin' blast.
Friggin' blast.
So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Otto, you have a guess? He goes, where's my treat?
Waiting. All right.
3, 2, 1.
South Sudan.
Ooh, they're playing the U.S. basketball team tomorrow, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And they almost beat him. Luol Deng. He doesn't
Wow.
play for them, but he's like the assistant coach. Pretty cool story. I think he helps, fund that whole team.
Cool.
Former NBA player, but what are the odds?
How
I'm pretty
about
sure they're
that?
playing the U.S. basketball team tomorrow, and they almost upset them in an exhibition game 2-3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Wow, cool. All right.
Cool.
Well, to South Sudan we go.
Which is still in Africa.
Still in Africa. We're going to hang out in Africa for another week.
I love Africa.
Love to be here. All right, guys. We'll see you back here next week for episode 17 of Cooking Around the Planet. We'll see you then. Have a great week.
Bye.
There you go, bud. Good boy. What do you think? Yummy.